Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack427TheThomasFan1 to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Real quick, before we begin this topic in this latest video, I want to mention right now that in case a lot of you guys missed out, of course, on my posts on the post tab on my channel and, of course, on my social media platforms, I actually recently made a small cameo appearance in the latest, pretty much in the latest installment of the Thomas Comedies mini-series currently going as of now, live on display, and yeah. I guess it was a whole lot of fun, and I owe my thanks to one of my friends and collaborators, Delmar Mullins, for letting me be a part of it. It was a whole lot of fun. I'm really glad on how well it turned out for sure. So yeah, the link to that will be in the description box below for you guys to check out for sure. And yeah. I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, I need to get that out real fast. So with that being said, on to today's video. Oh yeah? Yeah, just the way I like it. Really happy on that I actually got those. Oh, hi! Sorry, I guess I didn't see you click on this video, so yeah. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here with a very special video for all of you guys, and, well, I guess you did caught me off guard. I was just really admiring the Hornby Goring Express coaches that I actually got very recently, and I did cover in my latest episode of WTPU that I posted a couple days ago by the time this video goes live, and yeah, I guess it's what I could say, of course, on that front, so yeah, and it is actually quite fitting because I guess following up to, of course, getting pretty much these two coaches by far, I actually did get myself an extra Hornby Goring composite coach off of eBay as well, and I'm still really happy on how well this actually turned out for sure, exactly on how I actually felt about pretty much these two that I got right here. And the best part about it is that pretty much given to this extra composite coach, it actually did come in this really nice original Hornby Railways box for sure, which I felt was actually a really nice touch for sure, to which, yeah, I guess probably for the sake of it, I'm probably going to treasure this by far, so. But yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I guess it's after my latest What the Pickup episode that I posted some time ago. I'm actually really quite happy on how well the Hornby Goring Express coaches actually turned out for sure. And surprisingly enough, that will, of course, culminate in this latest video that I want to talk about for sure. I guess quite obviously enough, I guess you could tell from, of course, pretty much all of these, and, of course, obviously from the thumbnail, I actually did get out one of my Bachmann Thomas models for sure, and I'll go ahead and set you back right over there. And, of course, all these models that you see right here, and of course, pretty much my Thomas Saves Santa sleigh set that I got for a Christmas not too long ago that I do hope to cover on What the Pickup some point around this December for sure. Amongst plenty of others, and yeah, spoiler alert, I did also get this 12-ton van themed to a Christmas wreath for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna wait until December pretty much flows around. But I'm really glad that I got this recently. So yeah, let's put you back over here. I think it makes sense for me to give off my little pretty much perspective and stuff on, of course, my time pretty much collecting all sorts of Bachmann and Hornby Thomas models for quite a long time now, for sure, because, yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, that's pretty much the pretty much current set of Thomas merch I've actually stuck with pretty much as of now, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still really love some of the other pretty much some of the other Thomas merchandise for sure, like, of course, pretty much Wooden, Urgle, Trackmaster, Tommy, just to name me a few for sure. But I guess I give it to those that I've actually mentioned. I don't necessarily have the time as of now to actually get any more of these for sure. So I guess pretty much if anything, I've been sticking with, of course, pretty much some of the new Bachmann Thomas models for sure, with, of course, some nice Hornby Thomas models that I've been missing out on for sure, that I've been wanting to get for years now. Including, I guess, these coaches that these Hornby Goring Express coaches that I did get very recently, which are still really awesome. So yeah, let's go ahead and put you three back on the shelf for a good measure. So yeah, and of course I'll definitely set the box for the extra composite coach aside. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, pretty much I know for the fact that with, of course, model trains and stuff, that's actually the one thing I really do love and admire ever since I was a kid for sure. I always do have a fascination with trains ever since I actually first got into Thomas the Tank Engine as a little kid for sure. And yeah, I was even quite amazed, of course, my fascination for it growing ever since the hang for sure. And yeah, and I know quite obviously, given to my love for trains, I do have Thomas the Tank Engine to thank for that for sure. Pretty much watching the show both on VHS and DVD for sure really helped grew my love for it hands down. And yeah, even to this day, as I go older, I do know I still have a strong love for trains for sure. And even, I guess, even with the Thomas the Tank Engine franchise, despite having their ups and downs for sure, I really do think still has some really admirable stuff, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, but I guess pretty much of anything, I guess pretty much for what it is, how did my love for, of course, the Bachmann Thomas and Friends range came around for sure. Well, I know it's quite obvious that if you have followed me on my old channel from like when I first started my YouTube career, pretty much all the way back then, since probably since like the late 2000s for sure, which was around that time YouTube was still a relatively new website and everything. I guess pretty much of anything, my fascination for, of course, getting all sorts of Bachmann Thomas models, and even some Hornby Thomas models, might have came around with a certain individual in the Thomas community that used to be around for sure. So yeah, and I guess if you may recall, I think well-known pretty much entertainer and YouTuber DeWilsonator actually used to go by pretty much his old username back then, Miss Oliver and Blossom, and I think pretty much if anything, pretty much the one thing that really hooked me on with the guy is, of course, when he used to do his old Thomas series T and F for sure, to which that was, of course, my introduction pretty much to, of course, some fan-made Thomas videos on YouTube for sure, and I owe my thanks to him for that, and of course what got me inspired in the first place to start doing YouTube videos for sure. And yeah, looking back on his series, yeah, I will admit, pretty much it can be quite cringe nowadays looking back for sure, but the way he actually used Thomas the Tank Engine model trains and stuff, really quite fascinating me in a way, and I was really amazed that he actually took the time to actually film videos with those kinds of trains for sure. Almost making it look like he might have actually owned the original models from the original TV show for sure, right? But when I did my research on, of course, pretty much, of course, the model trains made for all the Thomas the Tank Engine characters for sure, and as pretty much I started actually delving into, of course, trying to see if I can actually try model trains on myself for sure. I did find out that pretty much those models that Miss Oliver and Blossom and plenty of others actually filmed their videos with was actually done by Bachmann Trains, and yeah, I was really amazed for the fact that that's a company has actually been pretty much been producing all sorts of these models for quite a long time now for sure. I dare if it's they've been going ag about it for about 2 decades now, which I do find quite fascinating for sure. And I guess I give it to that thought alone. I kind of figure, yeah, I think I would actually pretty much try my hand, and of course actually pretty much buying some of these Bachmann Thomas models to see where it go from there for sure. And yeah, and I think pretty much ever since the day after Christmas of 2009 when I got the deluxe Thomas with Annie and Clarabelle trade saga for sure, I knew I was hooked on all the way, and I was really amazed on how well it turned out for sure. And I guess given to that thought alone, I kind of figure, yeah, you know what? I should probably keep on going with this, hands down. So I guess with, of course, the train sets that I would actually put together with, of course, starting with the deluxe Thomas set, and then gradually evolving to, of course, the James train set that we actually got sometime afterwards, to even getting Percy and the Troublesome Trucks individually for sure. And so on and so forth. I think it really did culminate in, of course, pretty much on where exactly we're going for, hands down. And I guess pretty much of anything, I did try my hand at, of course, putting together pretty much a layout for that Sega set for sure. And I'll admit, pretty much looking back on, of course, the layout I've actually put together for that Sega. Yeah, for, of course, my Bachmann Thomas models for sure. I will admit, I think looking back, if you actually seen one of my older videos, which is on the remake of the first episode of Sword Adventures, which was on Trouble on the Tracks, you would definitely know that I actually did utilize my old wooden railway Thomas table for sure, and covering it with a grass matting and everything, and literally have all of my CDs and stuff stacked on top of the boxes for sure to fit within the parameter of course, pretty much the track for sure. And well, Amiga, for while I do find it to be a pretty interesting start for sure, I will strangely, Amiga, it is a little clunky and awkward pretty much looking at it, and I don't really think it is really something that I would actually get myself into for sure. But honestly, it's not that bad a starting, of course, putting together my layout for sure. But thankfully, that did change right around a year later when, surprisingly enough, my dad, of course, pretty much you can tell from, of course, the wooden beams right here, right? Yeah, you can tell this is, of course, pretty much a new table that my dad actually took the time to actually pretty much put together and build for sure. That would actually help me within the parameters of course, my layout for sure. And surprisingly enough, I think it definitely held up a whole lot better for sure. And even after getting it set up all the way back in right around 13 years ago for sure, I think it really did help out in the long run for sure, especially with, of course, the way that I've been updating in recent years for sure. So yeah, that's I guess it's what I can say, of course, on that front for sure. And I guess since then, I think it actually encouraged me to actually get more of the Bachmann Thomas models for sure, because I know there's quite a whole lot out there for sure. And I guess with where I'm at right now, with, of course, all of them in my possession for sure, I'm really quite fascinated, hands down for sure. So yeah, after a while, pretty much all the way back then, even though I didn't actually get much for sure, I will have to say that pretty much, aside from, of course, getting the regular old Bachmann Thomas models as expected, I did dabble into a little bit of Hornby from that spec, with that Sega aspect for sure, with, of course, Duck currently being the only Hornby Thomas model I currently own since then. Yeah, literally, my mom actually got this for me all the way back in 2010 for sure, and I still think it is actually a really great model for sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and slide slide them back in. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, I guess quite obviously throughout my entire years for sure, especially with where I'm at right now with, of course, my YouTube career, they're so down in my mind that pretty much Bachmann, pretty much both Bachmann and Hornby is actually providing some really great models for me to work with for sure. And I will say, even with, of course, plenty of my videos that I've actually done over the years for sure, whether it be some of the old ones that I've put together, to even some of the recent ones that I've put in a whole lot of hard-working effort on even more, hands down, I really do think they really have a lot going for hands down for sure, and I really do admire what they actually did to really make them look great, and I still think they did a real good job, of course, on that front. So yeah. And I guess, despite the fact that I've been collecting those models for well over 15 years now, for sure, I still have a strong love for what they've actually done, for sure, and yeah. And yeah, I guess I will admit, for while I can say it can be very expensive from what I can gather for sure. But hey, as long as, of course, the weight will actually be worth it, hands down, I say we're in a really good spot, hands down, to really be where we're at for sure. And yeah. And I'm surprisingly okay with that, hands down, for sure. So yeah, either way, I guess pretty much for what it is, I still know with each and every single new model that I've been collecting for sure, that will help make my layout even better, hands down. I do know pretty much Bachmann has really done an impressive job with, of course, what they've actually done with the ThomasFan1 Friends range for sure, and I always look forward to what they actually have provided for sure. And despite the fact that I'm actually pretty much behind, of course, a good number of models that they've been releasing for sure, I do hope that with the time and money, I will actually get myself caught up, of course, all the other ones that we're actually getting for sure to really get us pretty much where we need to be for sure. And yeah, I say that's okay in my book, hands down, and not to mention, for myself personally, I have actually grown and evolved, hands down, for sure, when it comes to what I do with, of course, my channel, for sure. Yeah, pretty much going from making videos revolving around my childhood icon to, of course, putting together cosplays to go to conventions and stuff, which is also quite interesting to note, because even before I started going out to conventions all around, I actually did get my start out, of course, going to public events and stuff on that field by going to several exhibitions and trade shows for sure, which I felt was actually really quite nice for sure. And yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, most of the models that I've actually collected over the years, I actually did get from exhibitions and trade shows that I've been to in the past for sure. But I'm pretty sure that will be delved into for a future video later on down the road. So yeah, and of course, even pretty much not just all that, but also getting to put together some sketch videos and even I guess, pretty much some reviews on movies and TV shows, just to name me a few for the most part. So yeah, you would definitely know that despite the fact that I myself as a content creator have actually grown and evolved over the years for sure, I still want to show my heart and soul and even my love to the one thing that I really do admire, and I think Bachmann trains with their Thomas and Friends range is definitely one of those that I always go back to every once in a while for sure. And yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure. And yeah, and I guess pretty much since after well over 2 decades since they first started out, I'm glad to see that Bachmann is still going on with their Thomas and Friends range for sure, because of anything, with each and every single new model that they've been announcing and releasing so far, I think we're in for a really great treat from what I can gather, and I'm quite curious to see on what will come up next later on down the road for sure, because I'm sure there's plenty of others out there that have yet to be explored upon from what I can gather. So yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's one of those wait and see kind of moments, hands down, in order to really determine that for sure. So yeah. But either way, I know I'll be looking forward to it hands down for sure. So I guess in regards to Bachmann, as of now, I really do love what they've been doing, and I guess with each and every single new model that I've been getting so far in their Thomas and Friends range, even getting some stuff outside of it that will help correspond with my layout that I have currently, I really do think my layout is really getting somewhere that I really do think is actually best suited for sure. And again, I'm quite curious to see on what will come up next for sure. So yeah, I'm sure there's a whole lot of opportunities out there for Bachmann to actually explore upon for sure, if they want to keep the Thomas and Friends range going for sure. And of course, as long as consumers like me will actually buy any of these products to really see if they'll be worth it in the end, I really do think they're actually going to be in a really great spot for sure. And I can make the same argument with, of course, wanting to explore more on what Hornby has done when they used to do the Thomas and Friends range for sure, because really think about it, hands down, I think with, of course, I guess Rant until the day Bachmann will actually come around for sure, I am quite interested to see on what Hornby is actually giving to us for sure when they used to do the Thomas and Friends range. And aside from the fact that I currently own a duck for sure, I've been wanting to get some of the other models in that Sega range for sure, but sadly never actually got the time for that currently for sure. So yeah, and honestly, I think that would have been something that would have been delved into more and more all the way back in like the late 2000s and early 2010s for sure, when I first started collecting these models for sure. So I do hope that with what I got so far off of eBay for sure, especially with what I've shown in my latest What the Pickup episode, maybe that day might finally come, hands down, for sure, because if anything, there's a lot to actually explore upon, for sure, and I do hope I'll actually cross that bridge once I get there, hands down, so yeah, but I'm pretty sure we'll wait and see what happens, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah, given to all that, even looking back, since after I started pretty much getting into them all the way back in 2009, my love for, of course, pretty much the Bachmann, Hornby, Thomas models that I've actually got so far has actually been very strong for sure, and I'm quite curious to see on what might come up next for sure, and yeah, there's not only a lot of great opportunities waiting to see happen, but a lot of missed opportunities that we have yet to actually get ourselves into for sure. So yeah. But hopefully, I think once that day comes, I do hope it will actually be well worth it in the end for sure. So yeah. So I guess pretty much if anything, Rant, until anything comes around for sure. I know my love for the Bachmann, Hornby, Thomas and Friends ranges for sure will definitely hold a place in my heart, hands down. And yeah, if I didn't actually get any of these models in the first place, I wouldn't be where I am right now for sure, especially making several videos on them pretty much all these years later for sure. To which, surprisingly enough, I do hope I'll actually do more of those later on down the road for sure, and see what happens from there for sure. So yeah, but again, we'll definitely know when that day comes, hands down. So yeah, but either way, I know from what I can gather, I do know that people like me still really love it, hands down, and there are others that have multiple criticisms on them for sure, that some of which I understand, but other times I just kind of felt they were invalid, hands down. Like, of course, my argument with, of course, pretty much of anything, wanting to change up the face on the Bachmann Thomas. Again, my point still stands. I don't think it needs a massive change for sure, because, well, it looks fine the way he is, so why bother complaining about it? Really think about that, so yeah, but I guess until that happens, I'm excited to see on pretty much on what Bachmann will have provided to keep their Thomas and Friends range going for sure, and I do hope to actually buy more of them anytime soon for sure. And the same thing can be said for some possible Hornby Thomas models that I hope to get as well for sure, all thanks to several listings I found on eBay for sure. So yeah, but we'll definitely know when that day comes, hands down for sure. But until that actually happens, I know hands down that pretty much some model trains and stuff is something I've really stuck with for a long time, and I do hope I keep that love going anytime soon, so yeah, that's pretty much all I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, let me know down in the comments down below what you thought of this one for sure. I would definitely know on, yeah, I would definitely love to know on what you guys think, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and, well, now if you'll excuse me, I think I'm gonna see if I can actually pretty much run any of my trains on my layout for sure, give it to what I actually got. And I might have some ideas hands down, but you'll definitely wait and see later on down the road. So yeah, but until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Alright, let's put you right up here, Thomas. So yep, yeah, I think, yeah, I think this looks good, and let's see, yeah, I know I could definitely, make use of Gordon's Express coaches, right here.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.